Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, July, I guess 13th? Yeah, I guess the 13th, yes. Thursday, it's a beautiful afternoon. They say thunderstorms are coming a little bit later, but we'll see. Normally, I would have waited for a subject, I would have waited to discuss a subject like this on my podcast, my tentative, well, a podcast whose tentative name is The Greaves Report. But it is just too important to not address right now. Folks, there is a thing in this land called the Can-Spam Act, and the idea is to stop people from spamming you, stop you from getting unwanted email attention. So, for example, whenever I do a home buyer expo or a seminar, at least back in the day, I would give people email opt-in forms, and I would say, well, listen, you can opt in for my email list. And that's how I built my email list prior to the pandemic. Now, what I'm seeing is, especially from one company in particular, yesterday I received an email from the head of this agency. It's a captive agency with a captive company, and said, I want to thank you for your inquiry regarding auto and home insurance, or auto insurance. And I said, wait a second, what inquiry? Why would I inquire of somebody else about auto or home insurance or both when that is what I offer the public? Auto, home, life, disability, flood, long-term care, wedding, personal umbrella, and I'm probably forgetting something. But I specialize in personal lines. And I said, you know what? I should call this idiot and tell him, you know what? You're violating the Can-Spam Act because I never told you to send me this company's branded communication. I never asked for a quote. Good. But, you got busy. I'm sending paperwork out. I'm trying to find people coverages. As an independent agent, that's what I do. I find people coverages that other people can't find. And then this morning, I'm trying to follow Squawk Box on CNBC for a few minutes. And phone rings, and it is someone from this person's office. We want to, very pleasant young lady, and she said, we want to thank you for inquiring as to, I said, let me tell you something. Stop right there. You're violating the Can-Spam Act. You are talking to a New York State licensed independent insurance agent and broker who probably has more years in the business than everybody in that office combined. Tell your boss that he's in violation of the Can-Spam Act, and I'm really tempted to call, the insurance department here in New York State and also contact the Can-Spam people. And she was just so pleasant, but a little scared, I guess. Like bing bang, and she got a little nervous, and she, we said goodbye, and she hung up. Don't fall for these tricks, and I'm sorry to say this. Don't fall for these tricks. If you're not a client of a captive company where the agents work for the company, if you're not even if you're and did not in any way, nothing on that letter said, hey, sorry if we bothered you by mistake, please opt out of future offerings by clicking here and you'll be opted out. Be careful, because then what happens is they get you on the phone, they're talking to you, and if you don't want to talk to them, then you just tell them, listen, I don't want to talk to you because you're coming at me under false pretenses. If you do want to talk with them, well, then that's up to you, and you've effectively opted into the conversation. I just don't like it when people break the rules. For example, I get on average 2, 3, 4 faxes every day from so-called roofing companies offering me the greatest deal on roofs. Problem is, maybe out of every 20 or 25 that I get, and this is money coming out of my pocket because it's paper and it's ink for the inkjet fax, Maybe one gives me a phone number that I can call to remove my number from their database. One. The law says if you fax something out, if you mail something out, if you email something out, the people must be given the information on how to opt out. I've got clients that when I send out my newsletter, they send back, they say, Mr. Greaves, we don't want to receive the newsletter. Okay. Boom, I have a special thing. Please remove my name from the mailing list. And I remove their name. I don't have a problem with that. I would rather send things to people who are interested in them than just send things out willy-nilly in the hope that I'm going to, well, look, it's like fishing with 1,000 fishing lines at once. Chances are you're going to catch somebody, but it may not be the fish you're really going for. So long and the short, folks, if you get an email like that and you know that you did not initiate the contact, you did not call this person and say, listen, I'd like to get a quote for home or auto, let them know you don't appreciate it. It's your right to contact the people in charge of the Can-Spam Act. It's also your right to call the Department of Insurance, because who needs that foolishness nowadays? Okay, so, and I'm not saying this because I want to be mean or evil, but no, if I'm going to follow the rules according to the Can-Spam Act, I expect every other agent or broker, whether they're captive or independent, like I am, to follow the rules. It's protection for you as well. Okay, it is protection for you as well. And in another call, I'm going to talk, in another, not call, but segment that I may do in a couple of minutes here, I'm going to tell you what. Watch what you say when somebody you don't know calls you on the phone. And we'll talk about that in the next segment. But again, my name is Eustace Leon Greaves, Jr. My telephone number is 718-489-2218. That's the cell. The office is 718-783-2722. You can send me a request if you'd like about insurance. You can even fax it to me. You can call me at those numbers, or you can fax it to me at 718-783-2203. That's a fax I wouldn't mind receiving, not all these roofer faxes. And also you can email me at Eustace at, that's EUSTACE at Greaves, GREAVES, insurance.com. So that's Eustace at greavesinsurance.com. You can also go to my website, greavesinsurance.com, and fill out, a request form there. Okay? Well, I'm going to go back upstairs and do what I have to do for the rest of the business day. And I hope that your day will be wonderful. And as always, I want to say two things to you. May the Creator of your choosing pour out their richest blessing to you and those you love, and even those who may get on your nerves a little bit, because chances are they need it more than anybody else. And secondly, always, I'll say, to your success. My name is Eustace Leon Greaves, Jr., and talk to you soon. Peace.